Oh, we're transitioning. We're live.
Heyo.
We're live. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm on a live that confirms the multiverse theory. This is... Do you guys realize how mind-blowing this is for science?
What?
The multiverse theory, this proves that it's true. I mean, this is a scientific breakthrough.
This just proves that comic book characters are real. That's all I'm here for.
I mean, yeah, I guess that too, but that's encompassed in the multiverse theory, so you're not wrong.
All right.
But, I mean, I guess... Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I'm Peter, by the way. Nice to meet you all.
Okay. Do we want to do intros though?
Probably.
Oh, well then I'm first. I didn't realize. Anyway, hello. I'm Yelena Belova.
Hello, I'm Natasha Romanoff.
As said, I'm Peter Parker. Hi.
I'm Denki Kaminari.
I'm Nightwing.
Hi, I'm Suyu Asri, but call me Sue.
Okay.
So are we just not going to address the fact that I know who Nightwing is because I read comics? I don't know if anyone else does. I'm totally cool with keeping the secret identity a secret thing, but...
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I guess that answers that.
Nightwing going, yeah, no, thanks, but...
Yep.
No.
But it's
That one.
nice to meet you all as well.
I mean, I feel like here it's okay to give identity out because once I return back to my Earth, it's fine. But, you know.
Yeah, we don't really keep our real names secret in our universe. It's just, but I mean, it's a profession, so everyone's just like, yeah, that's a pro hero.
Well, you know, Cap and I kind of ruined the chance for anyone to keep their identity secret in all universe. So
You sure did.
had to be done.
Yikes, that
Well, she's
doesn't...
my sister. I have to poke a little bit at the wound.
There's benefits and downsides to having, you know, all of your identities burnt.
Hang on. Black Widow has a sister? Do you have a sister in every universe?
I don't think that question can be answered.
She has one in this universe, and it's me. Hello.
Hi. I wonder if mine does. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to ask her the next time they finally decide to return to Avengers Tower. Which has been sitting empty, by the way.
Interesting.
Well, if the multiverse has any similarities, good luck getting an answer.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Nah, she'll just deflect.
We have this spy training. We have to keep everything hush hush.
Yeah, until you dump all the files on the internet.
Until you dump all the files on the internet yourself.
Yeah, really went against the grain right there.
Yeah. Oh, I think we have a few questions.
We do. The chat was so empty. I'm glad that there's some life out there.
Yeah. The first one is the kid reading in the corner says, favorite superhero beside yourself?
Superman.
Isn't that a bit heretical for you, Nightwing?
Wait, what? they said besides myself.
And you chose Superman?
Yes, because my one goal in life is to piss Batman off.
Okay.
I swore. I didn't mean.
Does that
That-
count as a swear?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think my favorite superhero besides myself is Spider-Man.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
He's my protege. I think most people are calling him the ultimate Spider-Man. But I don't know if I really like that name, you know.
I thought you meant yourself and like an alternate version, not the other Spider-Man.
No, I'm training another Spider-Man, so
I get you though.
he's my favorite superhero.
Aw.
Mine's probably Mr. Izawa.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna say Mirako. She's so cool.
Okay, so I'm not answering my sister just because I know she has a very strong opinion on posers. And she is not a poser, so I'll say Clint Bolton.
Thank you. Okay, Clint is fair.
You know, he is my closest friend, so.
Right. I think I'm trying to decide if I should say Black Widow, but you know what? I think that's too close to myself. So I'm going to say Thor, the god from space. I love him.
Makes sense.
Let's see. Our next question from the chat is from Shea Better, and they're asking Peter if you know anyone by the name of Gwen.
The name sounds kind of familiar. I think I might have run into him at some point. But no one that I really truly know by that name.
All right. And we have a question for Yelena from Miss Girl Sims. What is your favorite part of your vest?
Oh.
Your army surplus.
Listen, I made some of my own modifications. It's the first thing that I ever bought for myself to wear. I'm very glad I got this question because my favorite part is the pockets. There's so much room in there. You could fit so much stuff in there you wouldn't even know. You can
What's
just
your favorite?
Pockets are life changers, and
Yes.
I wish I had more of them.
Thank you. You can just so much potential.
The problem with wearing spandex is lack of pockets.
Right.
Oh, yeah. The reason I
Yeah.
switched.
What's your favorite thing to hide in your pockets?
Oh, there's lots of things because you can fit a lot of things in here, so it's fun to bring out things that are unexpected to people. A lot of the time I like to just keep one pocket completely full of pennies.
Just pennies?
Yes, only pennies.
Why?
Isn't that American money for like one? Like it's one, right? Like it's.
Yes, it's 1 cent, which is like the littlest, right? It okay. Part of it is the fact that it's so unexpected. People don't expect me to have a pocket full of pennies, and when you're a spy assassin, you have to always be unexpected. Second part is I think it would be really funny, just a funny little prank to one time try to pay for something with only pennies.
You know, I've had to do that before, and it's not fun.
Probably not for the person counting the pennies.
I had to count them. It was not fun for me. Try buying a $5 coffee with pennies.
I'm upset for the cashier, honestly.
I know. Listen, it's fine. I've not done it before, but like just in case. I have a pocket for that.
That is one way to be prepared.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay. We have a lot of biggest fans in the chat.
It's all one person.
It's a stan.
Stan.
Wait, do you guys have Slim Shady in your universe too?
Yes, of course. Who doesn't?
I don't know. I
Whoa.
didn't know if that was a constant.
Oh, very harsh. You know, it's Slim Shady.
Oh my.
I have to interrupt all of this real fast because we have someone in our Twitch chat. Let me get close enough to read the name. Let's see. I think it's pronounced Nico. It's spelled weird though. And they're saying that they're jumping between the streams and telling dad jokes and asking if we want some dad jokes. I personally, Alexi fills our life with plenty of them, but I'm not the only one here.
Yeah, I need new things to shout at my villains as I kick their butts.
I would love dad jokes.
Yes. Okay, wait. Wait. I thought I saw more questions, but no.
I do see
Aurora
cosplay
asked-
fan saying, cosplay fan 2319 saying, "Oh no, Peter, that's 500 coins." Yes, I know that's 500 coins. It was 500 coins from my piggy bank. I really needed coffee and I hadn't gotten paid.
That's fair.
Rip.
Aurora did say, Yelena, your cheekbones are killer. What's your skin routine?
Oh, thank you. I don't really have a skin routine. I'm sorry to disappoint. There's not much time for that in the red room. So. Anyway, now you can feel the palpable tension. How did you like that? Whenever I mention the red room, everybody just gets very quiet.
It's okay, it's gone now. Sick. Cosplay fan 2319 asked if you had to live in a different universe, which one would it be?
I'd say the King Chronicles universe.
None of the DC universes. I've read those comics. They're too dark. I don't know. Maybe live in a universe where I didn't become Spider-Man and I just kind of lived a normal life just to see how that felt.
Yeah, I think something similar for me where Natasha and I just got to grow up in Ohio.
Ohio. Of all places, Ohio.
It's better than the Red Room. So.
I mean, I'm sure everything's better than that, but Ohio?
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, it was nice. Like, we had a good little house, and we were friends with the neighborhood kids, and we got to go to school and play outside, and I was always faster than Natasha, and yeah, it was good. It was good.
I would say Marvel, but then if I took my quirk with me, I'd just be very similar to Electro, and I don't think I want Spider-Man trying to fight me.
But on the
No.
other hand, if you're a hero, you could help me fight Electro.
Well, yeah, but you're right.
Because, I mean, I'm going to be quite honest, I'm really tired of getting shocked.
Me too.
And, like, every time I do it, MJ just yells at me and I can't answer because it's just like, what am I supposed to do? Not fight him? And then she makes me sleep on the couch.
Let's see. So for some normal sleep, probably what, Yelena was saying, that'd be a good normal life. But for the fun of it, I don't want to sound cliche here, but I'm going to go for it anyways. The James Bond universe. To be a spy, but not like a traumatized one, would be great. Be perfect.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Keep your profession, but get rid
Yeah.
of the childhood trauma.
Exactly.
That's,
Exactly.
No, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Haven't the latest movies kind of showed us that James Bond is a little traumatized, though?
Well, not that universe then.
No, not that one.
And it's going to be an alternate universe where that didn't happen, and James Bond is just chilling.
But also, like, adult trauma is different than childhood trauma, so.
True.
What about you, Sue?
I've once read a manga where almost the whole world is covered in oceans, and I think that would be cool.
Dope.
I mean, if you believe science, which you should, it's probably not far off of being reality. So, I guess if you want that universe, don't save the planet, but if you don't want that universe, save the planet, y'all.
Nah, Sue's quirk, she's fine. I mean, I'm not. I'm a walking death magnet in a world covered in water, but, water's pretty conductive, so.
I'll get Momo to make you a huge boat.
Okay, cool.
Is that everybody on the question? I think it is.
Thanks.
Okay. So the dad joke has been delivered. You guys ready?
Yes.
I think I'm the only one watching the Twitch chat. That's fine. Let's see. So, what is the favorite fruit of a giraffe?
What?
Nectarines.
That's funny. I'm gonna tell Bakugo that joke after stream, and then I'm gonna run far away.
I'm absolutely gonna tell all my siblings that joke.
Elena's so mad.
It's okay.
A
It's
lot of
okay.
people-
Alexi's not watching. He's not getting more
I
material.
know. I'm upset because if Alexia would take 2 seconds to stop talking about the Crimson Dynamo, that's the kind of joke that he would tell, and I hate it.
Crimson Dynamo.
I think it would be better though than those stories.
Oh, it would be. Yes, no, an improvement. Yeah.
I see a lot of people in chat asking me what my issue is with Ohio. It's not that I have an issue against Ohio particularly. It's just it's not New York, and New York is the best place to live ever.
You gotta be careful, Peter. You might unlock a chat fixation with the Ohio thing. It's a dangerous territory to get into.
I mean, so that's just gonna be the thing. I don't hate Ohio. I just think New York's better. But I have to be biased. I live in New York.
As someone who
Maybe Elena's biased because she lives there.
See, there you go. You can be biased.
That's true.
I would say the nice thing about Ohio is it doesn't have a target on its back like New York seems to.
That's true.
New York doesn't get destroyed nearly as often anymore. Mostly because the Avengers aren't there anymore.
Oh, burn Natasha.
Hey, we also destroyed other cities like Washington, D.C. Or Thor when he was in London.
Mm-hmm. Oh my.
I can't even say anything. Some of our classmates destroyed Camino, and that was not it. I mean, I guess it wasn't their fault, it was the villains, but
See, the last time I was in any place that was getting actually destroyed was Sokovia, and luckily enough, that's not my fault.
Yeah, there again. There's another one we've done. It's not just New York.
I mean,
I shouldn't joke about
technically,
this.
could Natasha and I say that we destroyed Budapest a little bit?
I mean, if you compare it to Clint's and my time in Budapest, no.
That's fair. I think we just made a little bit of a mess.
If Scarlet Witch exists, I'm assuming because you two do, she's screaming somewhere. She knows you just made that Sokovia joke.
Again, I probably shouldn't be joking about these things, but humor is a coping mechanism. Let's see. So scrolling back in the chat, we have a lot of questions. Good, very good. Thank
I
you.
think we're on Shea Butters next.
Yeah. Favorite thing to do when you have downtime, and it is with Shea Butter.
Video games. All the time. Mario Party is so fun. We all get way too competitive, and something breaks.
Yeah. Our dorm has to get new coffee tables a lot.
We really need to stop doing that, as I was gonna get mad at us.
I really enjoy having a girls' night with all my classmates.
I like practicing on my gymnastics. It makes me feel closer to my parents.
I don't have a lot of downtime. It seems like something's always going on, whether minor or major. But when I do occasionally get my odd breaks, I like to go on assignments with MJ. She usually chooses me to be her personal photographer, and it's a nice way to get a little bit of money. So I'll go on assignment with her and just take pictures.
Okay, we're getting personal here. So one thing I like doing is watching James Bond movies. Those are fun. But also, I have a weird relationship with it, but I do still enjoy practicing ballet. There's some trauma there, but I can just pretend that, that was a normal part of my childhood. Like, a kid that did ballet, not a kid that was trained to be a spy and an assassin. So,
Okay, fair enough. I don't know. I've not had that long to like have any free time. But I think I'm really going to like shopping. Because I think that clothes are so cool, and I never got to like have any of my own before, and so I just think that I'm gonna spend a lot of time getting myself some really cool clothes.
You seem like the person who would like thrift shopping.
Yes, I've been in a thrift store, and it's like it's like Christmas. It's just you never know what you're gonna find. It's so good.
Thrift shopping is my favorite thing in the world because it's cheap.
That too.
all right, our next question is from Mr. Sims. And it says, if you could have any baby animal for a pet, what would it be? Is this implying that it's going to stay like baby animal forever, or?
I hope so.
My initial answer was going to be a cat, and then I thought, no, bad memories. Also, might be too soon when it comes to my girlfriend. So probably just a dog. I mean, I've kind of always wanted a dog, but living in apartments in New York, I can't really have one. Plus, it's hard to take care of one when you're constantly in and out. But I guess a dog, if I could find someone to take care of it.
I would say a puppy. I really want a dog.
What if you got a dog and I could just like multiverse hop and go to your universe and play with the dog occasionally?
Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah, I will get the dog and you can come over and play with the dog and maybe sometimes you can dog sit.
Down.
Okay, very good. What,
I mean, but what
Deal.
kind of dog? I mean, I'm more partial to some of the bigger guys.
yeah, I'd probably get a bigger, on the bigger side, like mid-sized bigger dog.
Let's get a Doberman.
Hmm.
I love this co-parenting across multiverses.
Yes, across the whole multiverse, we're just planning our dog.
I mean, I don't see why not. If I can't have a dog where I am, just let someone else get the dog for me.
That's true.
I'm gonna say cat. That'd be really easy in the school dorms too. They don't need a lot of space.
I also feel like it might be the only animal that will be able to stay.
I think it's the only one we can convince Azawa to let us have too. Besides like a fish, but you know.
I don't know. I haven't given myself much. I haven't allowed myself to have much time for pets, so I've never thought much about it. But I think probably a cat. I know they're pretty independent, so that'd be good. I think.
I'm going to steal all the answers and say a dog, except for the ones that said cat. And
Doesn't your family already have a dog?
yes, that's why I said dog.
More dogs!
More dogs.
Your family has a lot of animals, actually, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah. Robin has a very much fan of animals. She actually became vegetarian for them.
I think we're evenly split on the dog and cat choice.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So we have a question for Peter, which is from Miss Sims. They asked most random thing you've done as Spider-Man. So they're just tossing your identity right out there in the wind.
Yeah. Like I said, not too concerned about it here. Hope no one knows. I can't say that no one knows back in my universe, but most people don't know back in my universe. Most random thing I've done is as Spider-Man? I don't know. I mean, I cameoed at a kid's birthday party, but they thought I was an actor. They were just in Central Park, and I was swinging around, and I saw that it was Spider-Man themed, so I figured I'd swing down and say, hey. But I guess they didn't see me actually swing in on my web, so I just kind of walked in, said hey, talked to him for a little bit, and then his parents came up and tipped me and said, we didn't even know that we hired you, but thanks. And I didn't know how to respond, so I kind of just slid the money back in a bag that I found. I hope it's one of theirs. And left, because, yeah.
That is like double undercover. Like, that's wild.
I know, I couldn't believe it. I figured they would think it was actually me. I mean, the kids were obviously, you know, oh, Spider-Man too, but apparently the parents thought I was an actor. And I didn't have the heart to tell them I wasn't.
Oh no.
That, and I was just really anxious in the situation after they handed me money, so I just kind of left.
It was sweet that you did that, though.
Yeah.
I like interacting with people. I mean, that's the nice thing about being a friendly neighborhood superhero, you know? You're not too big or too famous, and you can always spend time just, you know, talking to your friends, you know? I don't see them as fans. I don't see them as people underneath me. They're my friends, and they're the people that I protect. They're my city, you know?
You're taking notes, Natasha?
No, I'm scared about what kind of frauding joke you're gonna make at my expense.
That was the joke. Is that you need to not be so big and have all these fans, and you need to spend time talking to your family, you know. That was the joke.
With Steve. All right. Well,
If Natasha is anything like the Black Widow of my Earth, she is very, very busy on
Thank
the
you.
West Coast because they're ignoring New York right now.
Oh,
She's very busy, but I think she could deal with a little ego check every now and again.
I think all the Avengers could do with one.
Oh
you
yeah.
might have the chance because of the next question.
Again,
know.
they're hanging out on the West Coast, ignoring New York. There was a big, huge issue in New York where a lot of people got sick and not a single Avenger.
well, in our defense, only half the Avengers are doctors, and only one of them has any business helping people with medical issues.
It would have been nice to have help when I was getting my ass kicked by the Sinister Six, though.
I don't think we have those here.
Oh, if you don't know them, I'll be happy to tell you all about how crazy they are on a later date.
How sinister they are.
Oh my.
Well, since we're in this vein anyways, I don't really want to ask this question because I've already been antagonized enough by Yelena. But
You got it.
Shaybutter was
Sweet job.
asking what everyone's favorite joke to tell is.
I'm here.
See, I don't really have any set jokes that I tell. I'm more of quips.
Yeah.
Oh, I can answer the question. I really get a kick out of teasing Steve about being a fossil. It's just he gets that like kind of like hurt puppy dog look almost. Like it's good. It's good. It never gets old. Just like him. No.
I'm trying not to laugh because I greatly respect the Captain America of my universe, but that was funny.
See, it's easy pickings too, as far as the jokes go.
Okay. So why are colds bad criminals? Because they're really easy to catch. Thank you for coming to my show. And think of a criminal one. It's topical.
Wow.
Oh, I really hope Bakugo didn't hear that joke. He's gonna be mad at me because I won't stop saying it. I said it the entire time he had a cold the other week. It was funny.
No, I know, like okay, it's true. Most of my favorite jokes are in fact at Natasha's expense. So I don't really know. I mean, I also like making fun of Alexei. He's a very easy target.
So your jokes are just roasts.
Yes, that's
Got
the
it.
word. Yeah, that's what Almi Surplus is saying.
You know, I do actually have a joke that my Uncle Ben used to tell all the time. That was really, really cool. And it was basically a horse walks into a bar and he sits down and he orders a drink. As the bartender serves him, he looks at the horse and asks if he's an alcoholic. The horse responds, "I don't think I am," and he disappears. And when I was a kid, I didn't really get the joke really all that well until I entered college and I learned about Descartes' theory of I think, therefore I am. Then I finally got it, and I understood that Uncle Ben couldn't have explained it to me because he would have put Descartes before the horse.
That was the longest setup for any joke.
Lost you about halfway through, but I found my way back.
My Uncle Ben loved that joke.
I have a joke I like to tell my little siblings.
Yes.
Why are frogs so happy?
Why?
They eat whatever bugs them.
See, that could be switched around for the Hulk. Why is the Hulk never angry? Because he beats whatever bugs him.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry. Everyone good?
Mhm.
Okay, so this joke isn't mine. I heard Red Robin say it to Red Hood, and it's hang on. Sorry.
Okay.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
Get to the idiot's house. Knock knock.
I'm not finishing this one.
Come on,
Who's there?
the chicken. Do you know how hard it was to stitch up Red Robin after Red Hood shot him for that? He was just complaining the entire time, and I was like, well, you made the stupid joke.
I am so glad that Natasha does not shoot me every time I tell a bad joke.
Yeah.
Because she could. But thank you for not
You're welcome.
doing that.
Welcome.
It does not go unappreciated.
I would appreciate someone not shooting me all the time, but Silver Sable insists on it.
Mm.
We have a chance of explosions.
Yep, we sure do.
Aren't we just a group?
Yep.
Hmm.
All right.
We are.
So Aurora asked us, I think we almost skipped over this question, but for the UA students, how is UA high right now?
Currently intact, besides our coffee tables.
What happened to the coffee tables?
Game night. We broke them. Some people are sore losers.
Right, you get
things
to
get
have it
broken.
and it- Mhm, mhm.
I want to say it's very filled with chaos. Because they just put all these teenagers in like different buildings with
Yeah.
very, very little adult supervision.
Yeah, they really put us in dorms and then went live together as if we're not a bunch of 15 to 18-year-olds just hanging out all the time
With superpowers.
with superpowers. Yeah, with our quirks. Like that was a really good thing.
Yeah, they didn't think it through that much.
You know, when it's an instant reaction to the League of Villains, though, they did it really fast at least.
Just like a 2-week period before we had to go move it to school.
Yeah, but they built the dorms really quick. That was kind of dope. But yeah, so chaos, but intact, which is important.
But sometimes it's not.
All right.
I feel like chaos is just the standard of heroes, though.
Oh yeah,
It's an
100%.
unfortunate part of the job. Aurora Stedman asked us, what's your fave American restaurant?
I've
I don't know,
to
I've never
America.
been.
Anywhere that serves cheeseburgers. But I don't have a favorite. I've never been.
I don't know if it's just American, but when I was traveling in the circus, we would sometimes stop at McDonald's, and I would have chicken nuggets.
Yeah, that's global, but
Nope. Sorry.
no, you're fine. I was
But
just,
it's
but it's all
started in
different
America.
depending on where you are. I'm sure.
Yeah. And it was founded in America, right?
I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Oh, it's
So-
got a whole dark history. It was one of my fixations for a while as a kid.
Mm.
But
Huh.
yes, started
It's
in
an
America.
American restaurant, yeah. But I've looked at the menu comparison and like very different.
I didn't expect it, but there's actually a McDonald's in Simcaria, another place that I've been outside of the US. And it didn't taste great. Maybe it's because of the Civil War going on, but the menu wasn't the best. And they didn't salt their fries. Like, none of the fries had salt on them.
That's a crime.
I thought so, but apparently not.
I don't know if I have like a specific favorite. I think anywhere that I don't know, I like smaller places that are more casual, but they have to have macaroni and cheese.
I don't know about macaroni and cheese, but you could always visit my Earth and come to my favorite restaurant, Nick's. They've got really good fries. It's a really chill place. They are Italian, so I imagine that they have a pasta dish. Although when they turned Italian, I'm not entirely sure.
That's fair. All right.
I don't know. I might Starbucks. They're
Natasha,
everywhere. It's easy to get.
but is it your favorite or is it just easy?
I don't know. That shawarma place that Tony took us to was fine. I don't even know the name, but
Destroying New York City.
Well, probably not because you destroyed the storefronts, Natasha.
we didn't destroy it. That was the Shatari. There was some damage, but
Okay, but I don't have to. Never mind.
would you rather New York be nuked? That was the other option.
No, but
Why is the only two options?
Alright,
Because
you know
that's
what?
how
I've changed my mind.
Shield works.
What they're doing.
I've changed my mind. I don't want the Avengers to come back to New York. Don't destroy my city.
You're now unwelcome by Peter Parker. Specifically, Earth 1048 Peter Parker.
yeah. Jeez. All right. Well, fair enough. I'll let Natasha say what she's gonna say.
Thanks. Appreciate it. All right. We have a question for Nightwing, which is from the kid we in the corner. Favorite sibling.
Ooh.
I don't have one, so sorry.
That's a very diplomatic answer.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
have the piece as the oldest, so I'm like, I don't have one.
My-
It is a definitely older sibling response.
Life is
As
easier
if
when we have
the
one
oldest
sibling.
Sorry, what was that?
I was saying life is easier when we have one sibling. I could just say Yelena with no worries.
Oh, I don't mind all my siblings. They're great. But, like, it's hard to pick one without, like, upsetting the others.
See, I'm very touched that you would say that, Natasha, because if I had been asked that question, I would probably say myself. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Haha, so funny. See, all my jokes are at Natasha's expense. No, I would say Natasha.
I would too, but I'm an only child, and that's why.
I was gonna say, sometimes I'm very glad to be an only child.
God, imagine having two babies that can electrocute stuff. That would have been terrible.
That would have been a fun science experiment. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
I mean, maybe your parents would have been very excited about this because I know that me and Natasha's parents were very excited that we both became such renowned spies and assassins.
That gives you an idea about, the childhood trauma.
Right.
My
They're
parents are
very.
superhero heroes, so.
Mm.
All right. Let's see. So cosplay fan asked us, funniest thing you or another hero has done on a mission.
There was one time where the Ultimate Spider-Man, I guess I'll call him that for clarification. There was one time when he forgot his spider suit,
Oh,
and we had to go help. The police were fighting off some of Hammerhead's thugs. They needed our help. And all he had with him was his mask.
Oh no.
So he kind of just charged in there, just underwear only, mask on. I don't know why he didn't keep his normal clothes on.
That's a good question, yeah.
But he just charged right in there, and he fought Hammerhead thugs like that. And then he had to answer press questions about why he was wearing boxer shorts with my face on them, i.e. Spider-Man's face on them. It was uncomfortable for both of us, and I think the reporters too.
Maybe a little bit.
Natasha, I'm sure you have many of these stories.
Wow, yeah, that's probably the issue. Let's see. Funniest thing? I mean, I'll say one of the weirdest things is that, I mean, okay, it makes me concerned. It makes me concerned, I should say. I'm a little bit worried about Steve's well-being when he intentionally chooses to forego a parachute. Like, yes, I know, super solar serum, whatever, but that doesn't...
He's not that super.
No, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that, not necessarily funniest thing, but weirdest thing. Let's see. I mean, the Civil War, that was interesting. I don't know. I feel like Tony is more upset about that whole situation than he should be. Again, like, it's friends fighting friends. It's not like I was actually going to, like...
But didn't you guys destroy a whole airport?
Well, it was evacuated, if that helps.
What is with Avengers and destroying things?
Yeah,
Is that just your hobby?
a
Hey,
little bit.
all Peter Parker was involved in that one, so don't get all high and mighty.
Well, those are him though.
Why would you get your Peter Parker involved?
It wasn't me. No, it wasn't me. It was Tony. It's always Tony.
Yeah, that checks out. Tony Stark is usually the one that calls me for help and then never invites me to his galas.
Yeah, no, that was all Tony. But
Gallows.
let's see. I don't know. It's all okay. I will say the efforts that Clint goes through to try to look as cool as everybody else are quite extensive.
Oh, what a poser.
He does good at keeping up, though. I mean, you have to give him credit where credit is due.
No,
So
I mean, no, you're right. He's a good hero, but it kind of does look like he thinks that everybody's looking at him all the time. Much like my sister.
I learned it from somewhere. No.
You're saying you got it from Clint.
Well, no, I mean, like, so, like, Tony can use his repulsors to, like, fly, and Thor is a god, and, Steve doesn't care about parachutes. So, but
What a team you've got there.
I still recall there was a time when, in his efforts to try to get to the top of the building before, like, at about the same time as everyone else, Clint thought it would be a fantastic idea to try to rappel up the side of a building. Does not work super great when that building is also being attacked and falling over. So, anyways, just yeah, there's many occasions of just the lengths that Clint went to try to keep up with everyone else, and he succeeded. He did good.
On a Titans, we weren't on a mission yet, so it was Halloween, and Kid Flash and I went as each other, and then we got called on a mission, and we didn't have time to change. He changed, but I don't have super speed, so I was like, okay, running, but at the same speed as normal humans, and I was like, I hate Halloween. He tells this story every Halloween, and I'm like, let it die, TF.
It's time to retire the story.
But he never does.
Changing into a superhero outfit is the most time-consuming process I think I've ever had. That's why I started just wearing my spider suit underneath my regular clothes and carrying the accessories with me.
Yeah.
I just hope that nothing crazy happens when I'm not prepared for it. So, which does not always succeed.
Mm.
Like
It's not.
like Budapest, both times actually.
Yep.
Okay, so mine is not from a mission. 'Cause whenever we go on missions, it seems to turn out bad.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, it's not time for jokes. So to training, Baraka brought a bag of marshmallows once and hid it in one of her pouches. Just threw it at Bakugo.
I remember that. He was so confused. And that is the day I found out Uraraka's poker face is really good. He really didn't think it was her. So my bro Saro and I are in the same internship, and he was on patrol with Mineta while I patrolled with Chiyazaki, and we all met back up, and Mineta was not with him, and we had to go back because Saro had taped him to a wall in one of the alleys because he wouldn't stop talking about the girls in our class. But it was very funny because he was crying. Saro thought he did the right thing, and I had to agree. So it was funny. Until our, the people we worked for found out and got mad at us. It's okay.
You'd think you would expect it now. It happens a lot.
Yeah, like really. He gets taped up at least once a week. Saro is not having it anymore.
Sounds like me when I first started.
Fine with.
And if it's not him, it's you doing it to him, Sue. So, you'd think he'd figure it out.
I think. I mean, the only I know it doesn't have to be like a hero mission necessarily, but I've not been on many hero missions. I think really the only ones I've been on are with Natasha.
Oh no.
And I mean, I think this is pretty funny, but I don't think that Natasha or Alexi would think it's funny. I was flying a plane over a Russian prison to try to help Alexi escape with Natasha. And he was being way too slow, and he was never gonna make it into the plane because he caused a scene and all the prisoners were attacking him and trying to get him inside and all this stuff. Anyway, Natasha went to go help him, and I was the getaway car, and I was waiting there, and then people started shooting at me, so naturally I started shooting back, and then I got frustrated, and so I just shot a big what's the word? Like a big
A missile.
Yeah. And it hit the side of a mountain. Or the reverberation caused a little bit of an avalanche.
A lot of it.
You guys made it back into the plane. It would have been a really cool way to die.
That's true.
That was a roller coaster from start to end.
That was a cool movie.
My goal is a non-cool. I don't need a cool way to die. I just want to pass peaceably.
Yeah, that's also fair.
Being buried by snow is not my.
Well, I didn't mean to do it, but sometimes accidents happen. I got them to stop shooting at me.
Because we were buried in snow.
Yeah, I don't think
though.
avalanches
You're
are
not wrong,
necessarily
though.
accidents.
Oops.
I'm
Did
so
you?
glad.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I was really glad the pro heroes in my universe at least prioritize not destroying everything around them, because if they did it, we'd be screwed all the time. We're gonna put some of the cities that have been destroyed away though, because that happens. It does happen. It's fine.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna try to rapid fire through the questions we have queued up. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, and then I just lost them all. I'm keeping notes on which questions have been asked.
I think the next one is Mystic Sims with the favorite Disney movie.
I think I'm gonna combine that one to make it a joint question to help speed things up with the kid reading in the corners question, which is favorite book. So Mystical Sims asked favorite Disney movie, and the kid reading in the corner asked favorite book. So either or. So favorite book or Disney movie.
Ooh.
Disney movie. I haven't watched Disney in forever.
I'm gonna go with a book. I don't know which book yet, but Disney movies have some trauma. Because Red Room, yay! But I don't even have a book in mind, so.
I'm the one Disney movie that I have like fond memories of is when Natasha and I were small and we used to watch Sleeping Beauty. So I'd probably say that one because yeah, since then it's just been traumatic and I don't really have time to watch them for enjoyment either, so. But that one is nostalgic, so I'll say Sleeping Beauty.
I think I'd have to go with the nostalgia answer as well. I used to watch Toy Story a lot with my Aunt May and Uncle Ben. So I'll have to go with that one, Toy Story.
I'm trying to like organize a full family movie night, and I'm torn between Disney movies and other movies. But for Disney movie, it's Encanto.
I haven't seen that one. That one's the new one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That one just came out on my Earth too. I think MJ's been talking about wanting to see it, but we just haven't had the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Tangled because the soundtrack is dope.
I like Mulan. I also really like Tangled, but there's so many times you can get your hair braided.
Oh, I don't have that problem. So.
Let's see. I'm gonna go down the nostalgia route like Elena did, but I'm gonna go with book. I'm gonna go with Huckleberry Finn, the Terrors of Huckleberry Finn, because we were reading that in my class at school in Ohio when we, went back to Russia. So that's the only book I actually went back and read after, everything went down. And it was okay. It's mostly just nostalgia, though. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a great book outside of the nostalgia factor.
I do enjoy what President Mike is making us read, the Art of War for English.
Okay, let's see. Jumping around, because this one's on topic. It's from Mystical Sims asking if any of us have gone to any of the Disney parks.
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
I don't have time, and then as Yelena has pointed out already, I don't really want them to get destroyed, so probably shouldn't visit.
Yeah, I went to Tokyo Disneyland last break.
I had to help the Avengers with something in California, so I figured I'm here. So I bought a ticket and I went to Disneyland.
I was almost worried you were going to say your Universe's Avengers destroyed one of the Disney parks, and it's like...
My Avengers don't destroy things as often, but I wouldn't put it past them to destroy the park.
I don't think we destroy things that often.
I I'm pretty sure most of the stories I've heard this stream are just about you and your Avengers destroying things.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree there, Natasha. I think that you do.
I mean,
So
I mean, your
It was
sister just
one-
told us this wild ride of a story about causing an avalanche to stop people shooting at her. If this is the norm,
that
I
was
can't imagine
Yelena.
what your Avengers do.
That was
yes,
Yelena.
it was.
That was Yelena and Alexi's fault. I'm just cleaning up their messes. Same with the
Cleaning
Avengers.
it up. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna have to talk about that later.
That's my role with the Avengers as well, I feel like. Mostly in
Realized
Tony's
Okay.
messes.
you arranged us on the screen like that so you could point at Yelena whenever you wanted to.
Yeah, yep. Okay, we only destroyed New York once, and that was Loki's fault.
It's
Just
always somebody else's fault.
Well, of course it is. It's not like we're actively choosing to destroy cities.
Well,
And then
okay,
I
okay,
was
so
not
you
involved.
See which way you could point, Nightwing.
You destroyed New York once. Didn't you?
Actually,
talk about
wait,
you guys
but-
destroying Sokovia too, or the Scarlet Witch or something?
That
Which
was
involved
Tony's
that one?
fault. That was Tony's fault.
You also said
You
DC.
said you destroyed DC, which is concerning.
Hydra's fault.
Oh, it's everyone else's fault.
And mostly Cat.
Oh.
If we're gonna blame a hero here.
I think this is the first time I'm understanding what J. Jonah Jameson says when he says anytime something is destroyed, even though it's someone else's fault, the Avengers are always involved.
That's
We're
true.
trying to save the world. Again, if we had not intervened, New York would have been wiped off the map by the US government.
I'm sure that everyone there appreciates it, but how
Exactly.
many businesses were destroyed in the process?
How many businesses were saved, though, from, wiped off the map?
That's fair.
And, hey, so many of those businesses then went on and were like, the Avengers visited our business in 2012. Yes, it was, destroying
you guys
it, but
destroy New York and get praised. Do you even have J. Jonah Jameson in your universe? Did he even have anything to say about this?
I have not heard that name. But I don't listen to the
didn't-
news.
Because
if it's
anytime
the
I do
universe-
something simple, like throw a car, I've got J. Jonah Jameson on his podcast saying that I'm a menace.
You know what, Peter Parker? If it's the universe, I think it is. So far, everything they've said has been in movies. He didn't show up until he exposed Peter Parker. So, he showed up to ruin Spider-Man's day.
And this is why my identity must stay a very serious secret, because I know he'd do the same thing. Just to spite me.
Well, anyways, it's always someone else's fault. Usually
Yeah.
Tony's. Almost always Tony's fault, actually.
Isn't Tony the leader of the Avengers, so
We don't
by
really
the
have a leader of
transient
the
properties
Avengers.
of fault, it's the Avengers' fault?
I don't really think I would call Tony the leader of the Avengers. I don't think there is a leader of the Avengers in our universe. Maybe Nick Fury? I don't know.
Oh, don't give him that.
He might be the most responsible one, though. Nick has not destroyed any cities.
Wait,
He's
so
just...
if we destroy something, do we blame Mr. Aizawa?
Yes, no, actually we'll get yelled at. We should blame the hero mission.
Well, it's
Who
just...
said they do be having child soldiers, so.
Fury hasn't destroyed a city. He's just sent us to do it. No,
I have a
anyway.
question.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, go for it.
If I was to destroy a city accidentally or something, who would I blame?
Blame Batman.
Great. Okay, I will.
I mean, logically, Red Hood.
Oh, yeah, that's also fair.
Alright.
Or, better yet, blame Superman.
No, I can't. I can't blame Superman. He's too cool.
Well, okay, I'm going to combine these two questions as well. Well, it's just not two questions. Okay, the kid in the corner asked, when I was making fun of Cap, if I've ever put a sleeping Steve into a glass case in the Smithsonian because they think that'd be hysterical. Do you know how heavy Steve is? No, I have not. I have not. I'll leave that. If that joke wants to be done, it can be done by some of the other Avengers. It's not my.
You should get all the Avengers involved. You should put him in the glass case in the Smithsonian, but then you should also put like a note for someone, maybe a Prince Charming or something, to go wake him up and do a whole Snow White thing.
That's hilarious.
Cover the glass in roses, like the flowers.
That's more extreme than I
Red, white,
usually
and
go
blue
with
to
my
be on
jokes.
theme.
Red, white, and blue flowers, yeah.
Oh no,
Oh.
America.
All right.
Gross.
And then the other question I was gonna combine this thought with was asking me what is the most random thing I've ever experienced in the Avengers Tower or compound. This can be really quick. I didn't spend much time there. It was built. I was there for a couple of months. Civil War happened, and then I was on the run. So. And then yeah,
You
the
keep
rest of the
mentioning
time.
Civil War, and I keep getting more and more concerned.
It's Tony's fault.
As per theme, I'm sensing.
And then the rest of the time there, I was by myself, so it's fine. It's fine. We're not gonna talk about that. Moving on, rapid fire through these. Not as fast as I'd hope, but it's fine. Miss Sims has asked just 2 words: baby ducks. I think this is because previous panels on this platform have had baby duck conversations.
I
So-
actually rescued a family of baby ducks the other day. There were these high school kids messing around in the park, and they had those like little motorized. They're not full motorcycles, but they're like mini motorcycles, and they were riding around, and they almost hit this whole like pod of baby ducks. So I had to quickly, swing in, grab the baby ducks. I webbed up their bikes, and I gave them a very stern telling off. And then guided the baby ducks back into the lake. It was a highlight of the day.
That's so sweet.
Is the question literally just baby ducks?
Question mark.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, then the answer is yes.
Yes.
Absolutely, 100% yes.
Maybe
I-
you should change your previous answer then. Instead of getting a puppy, go get a baby duck.
Oh, that's a good idea too. I don't know if I would be in good condition to raise a duck though.
Yeah, you're just
I
gonna.
don't know.
You don't want a baby duck following you into battle,
Exactly, that's true.
and that's the whole thing.
I don't want to keep him cooped up.
But I mean, if I've learned anything from cartoons, it's that a baby duck will love you no matter what, even if you're a cat trying to cook it and eat it. And then as long as you can swim, the baby duck will follow you.
That's true. Maybe one day. I'll start with the dog and I'll work my way up to baby duck.
If you ever figure out how to travel the multiverse, we have baby ducks at our house.
Aw.
We have a whole pond.
It's actually a good point, though. I should try to figure out how to travel the multiverse whenever I want, not just when I'm summoned.
I know you said you wouldn't come to the DC universe because it's too dark, but maybe we can hang out sometime.
I mean, we can hang out. I'm super down to hang out. Just, the second something goes wrong, I'm out. Because if I know anything from the comic books I've read, it's the quickest way to get died and to get killed and resurrected and killed again. And probably resurrected again, but with a murderous streak. And I'd really rather prevent that. Also, I'm pretty sure if I went to another universe and got myself killed, Mary Jane would bring me back to life just to kill me again.
That's
I
fair.
feel like you'd get along with Deku, Peter. He's a guy in our class, super analytical, always taking notes. I also feel like you'd like our universe because like 80% of the population have quirks or powers, so there's a lot going on here.
That
I mean,
sounds
that sounds
really
fun. Does anyone
bad.
have spider powers?
I'm sure they're out there.
We could start our own like nest of spiders.
Cool frog powers. I'm sure there's spider powers somewhere.
You would probably get along well with Zero.
Oh yeah, he's got tape that comes out of his elbows, so he swings around with it.
Neat. We could probably exchange notes on the physics of swinging.
Yeah, you could. You gotta figure that out.
Yeah, and I can stick to walls.
Hey, wall sticking gang.
I just channel electricity. That is cool though. You're also camouflaged, which is like very cool, Sue.
Camouflage
I also
is
can make poison.
camouflage is a skill that Ultimate Spider-Man has, and I'm so jealous.
Well, we did it. We got through our queue of questions because we're over time by a lot.
Oh,
But we had a good chat today. That's good. There was a good
We're
group
having
of
a
people.
good time. It's fun.
Got a lot of things to think about, a lot of science experiments to do. Maybe hop universes and take some pictures. That'd be cool.
Yep. And we've
Yeah.
established that everything is always Tony's fault. So, all is right in the universe.
All
I
right.
mean, I guess next time something goes wrong, I'll just call up Tony Stark and see if I can blame it on him.
You can always blame it on him. He's always got
Seems
something to
work
do with it.
drink
I would
water.
like,
Oh, sorry.
I would like that excuse.
Every superhero needs a scapegoat.
Back.
The commissions. Okay. I'm gonna not be able to get a pro license if I keep talking like this.
I feel like we can blame about 50% on Bakugo and Todoroki.
You're right. We can also just blame it on the good old League of Villains.
I have no one to blame but myself.
Oh no!
That one.
Wow.
Anyway, stay safe.
Yep.
Wash your hands.
Love how we've spent basically the whole time talking about destroying cities, and Sue just goes, "Okay, stay safe."
Good luck.
You know what? If you live in New York, in any universe, maybe get some good insurance on your car,
Yeah.
on your house too. Renter's insurance, homeowners insurance, very, very good things to have if you're in a super city.
Maybe start thinking about moving.
Maybe think about moving. But also, superheroes might destroy your cities. Don't let a pandemic destroy your city. Quarantine, wear your masks, stay safe. Superheroes do it. So why don't you?
Superheroes love masks.
Yeah.
And I don't want anyone to say that they can't breathe in masks. Okay, mine is skin tight and I can breathe just fine.
That's
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us.
Bye.
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 Thanks for summoning me.
Hey everybody, it's Hayes the Writer. Thank you all so much for joining us today on the live stream. We appreciate everybody's time. Streamlabs has just dropped a question of the day in the chat for our chat viewers to answer. But yeah, again, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We hope you guys had a fun day, and we should be back next week. Also, we're opening up new stream applications, which is on the Storyverse website. So yeah, and we'll start posting that on social media too, so you can find a link there. But have a wonderful day, everybody.